Kyle. I can hear Kyle well.
Yes, sir. We're recording.
Chenzo, I can hear you well. I
Yes,
need to
sir.
stand way closer to this thing or talk louder.
Ready, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to episode 7
Woo!
of the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. I am your host, V Chenzo. What up, what up, what up? I'm here with my co-host, Kyle fucking Shea.
How's it going, guys?
Kyle Brendan Shea.
There you go.
And today, we are joined here by my boy, very talented music artist, songwriter, producer.
Oh, don't honk my horn too much.
Engineer, man of many hats over here, Krystian with a K, a.k.a. Cali.
Hey, I'm
Nice.
here. Yes, that's me.
Welcome to the pod, man.
thanks
First
for coming
time
on,
here
man.
in Norton, Mass.
Yes, sir. Gang, gang.
The drive was towards my ex's house, which is interesting, but Norton's like, wait, it's not near Brockton, is it? I heard Brockton's
It's
like
little
a
close.
It's close.
iffy area.
Close.
Iffy area?
Yes.
Iffy area? Brockton,
Yes,
right?
you'd be
Yeah,
correct.
It's not
yeah.
the best, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I've heard of this area. I just see 495 ton, and I go that way. I'm like, Chenzo, that way. Yeah.
Thanks for coming by, brother. It's good to see you. It's been a minute.
Oh, great to meet
Nice
you.
to
I
meet
just
you,
met
man.
Kyle.
Yeah,
So.
we
I
just
think the
met.
last
Nice
time I
place here.
saw you actually was you came through to the show that I threw at
Oh,
Henny's
yeah,
house.
I did. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he was there?
This
I
was
was
this
there.
Yeah,
past
he was
like
there, too.
fallish summer.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
September,
fallish summer,
early
right?
September,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I bet there's
I was only there
footage
for a little
of
bit,
you.
yeah.
I bet I probably have footage of you there if he was there for the show.
Yeah, he just stopped by for a little
I was
bit.
like,
after the
I was
show?
early though. I wasn't like
Oh, yeah?
there. Yeah, well, I was like 30 minutes.
I know
earlier
that
than,
night
like-
we were kind of running behind schedule and
Yeah.
trying to figure shit out.
Yeah,
I
I came in
remember.
that truck. I don't usually drive the truck.
You also
The
your wrist
Tacoma.
was broken too,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah,
Well, how
yeah.
did
I
that
kind
happen?
of remember that
Yeah,
now.
dude, surgery was crazy. I'm actually so grateful that it like feels kind of good now because I was scared, dude. Like you guys,
How did you break it?
I was dumb and drunk and young. That's how. Like
Dumb
it
and
was
young,
ridiculous.
filling up
I've
your
said
lungs.
this story too many times. Like I don't even want to say it, but like we were playing like drunk office chair or whatever, spinning me around, and I said like whatever. I took this chair actually. I was like, this is like fun and games, but like, and it was on a huge hill. You know, 1058 Campbell behind 7-Eleven in West Haven.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And it's like the house, a huge hill, whatever. I take the chair
Like
to
the
top
bottom
of the hill.
hill?
No, I took it to the top.
Oh.
To the top of the hill behind 7-Eleven, like that
Yeah.
steep one. And I went down it, but there was like cracks in the road. So I was like, oh, I'm going to eat shit on the first crack and like I won't go anywhere and it'll be all jokes, right? No, it like, since it has 6 wheels, it like kept gunning down the hill and the cracks like did not make the chair like fall over. So I was like, what the heck? This is like gaining speed. But I was like drunk and I was like, let's keep going. So this shit goes flying. I fall down. Whatever, I eat it and like my leg hurt and my knee and my hip and I was like but I went to bed drunk on the couch and then woke up huge fucking golf ball size like thing on my wrist, and I still went and got like mimosas for brunch, like
Mimosas?
I got hammered
Mimosas.
and just like just wrap this up a little bit and was like whatever, but it
Toughed
ended up
it
being
out.
like
That's
broken.
that reminds me of the story. So in Florida, like the first night we were drunk and we were at some bar, and I didn't even trip or anything. I just stepped and twisted my ankle like really bad. The next morning we were walking to breakfast and like I was like walking like a grandpa, like all the other grandparents in Florida.
Time
And my-
when you
jeez.
went with the
no.
twins this summer.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
right
The
in.
first night I was in Florida, I twisted my ankle. I always choke in the big moments, dude. Like I had a dodgeball league in Fitchburg, and the first game I twisted my ankle. Like just
Where's Fitchburg though? Sorry,
So-
it just does not ring a bell.
yeah,
Pittsburgh State
yeah,
College
Mass?
and Mass.
Mass?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a mess. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but. Dude, something about big moments, dude. I fucking twist my ankle every time. I don't know why. But you were just having a good time.
Yeah, I don't know how it like ended up happening. It's just like my wrist was damaged even though I felt nothing in my wrist while it happened.
So
I
it
was, like-
wasn't a lot of pain. That's
well,
good.
actually it was a little scaphoid, so it's like a little thumb bone between your wrist and your like thumb. And if it doesn't heal right or like the break doesn't heal well, it like loses blood flow and then it can die in your wrist, and it's like really important to like 90-degree like push-ups and like pushing motions because that bone like just is so pivotal in the wrist. It's like weird. So, but it's healing good and I'm like, thank God.
Good.
And the doctor like walks in, small spectacles, like smaller than the eye sockets, on his face, and he just looks wicked smart. So I'm like, I trust you. I'm like, let me sign the waiver already. Like, I was like, let's go. Let's get this.
He's like, let me put
I
my smart
trust
guy
you.
glasses on. Right now, my smart guy glasses, they're this
Dude,
freaking
like,
tiny.
tinier than the eyes, like tinier than your irises, like just like tiny. And I was like, yeah, Dr. Wish, do my surgery, please. Be my guest.
Oh man.
Happy it went well. So, but
Yeah, me too, man. That's good shit.
yeah. So that was good.
So what have the last couple months been like for you? What have you been up to? Just working,
Damn,
working on
last
music.
couple months, that is crazy question. Crazy curveball question.
Well, dude, it's been a
Um,
minute since I've seen you, so I
Well,
mean,
facts. So that was like September. So I work. The one cool thing I do right now, I guess, is like I'm a private chauffeur. So I dress up nice.
Chauffeur.
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 yeah, something like that. I drive a nice car
Mimosas
for
and
rich
a chauffeur.
mimosas.
Drinking mimosas while he's chauffeuring.
mimosas. Is that how you pronounce it correctly?
Yeah, mimosas.
We had a
like
pod- we had a
Is that
po-
Italian? Is that Italian?
No.
I have no
I'm just
idea.
curious.
It's not.
Maybe it is,
I think it's like a Spanish.
Did we got a pod episode
Oh,
name
sorry.
already?
Mimosas.
Callie drinks mimosas.
A chauffeur drinking the mimosas.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, what kind of car do you drive for that?
Well, I drive like the family Mercedes GLK 350. It's just like a super white mom car. It's like 2012. It's not anything
nice.
special, but the interior is nice. And we drive that. Well, I drive it because I do like there's just wealthy family on the lake, and the lake's like 5 minutes from me. And my dad kind of always drove like their clients to New Haven Hospital because it's like really good for like research and like getting scannings like for cancer and stuff for like older patients because it was like an older family. And so he was driving this wealthy family and fulfilling their driving needs, like transportation, like JFK in New York.
Yeah.
That's 2 hours away from CT, but someone needs to drive you there. And he was doing that for a while, but I kind of took over, and then they liked me, so they didn't like my dad. No, I'm kidding. Nah, but they just like they vibe with me whenever I drive them. So, and I'm getting close with their family. I'm actually pretty good friends with like the son. I can't even explain it. It's like a big family dynamic, and any needs, like, oh, he's flying in from San Francisco, I'm there,
Yeah.
and I'm picking him up in New York. I usually dress nice because I take it professionally, like kind of like a job. I'm not in like a blazer and the the top hat, or whatever, like opening the door, but I do get their bags, like throw it in the back, just
What do you wear?
pile of cash.
What's
No, I'm kidding.
the outfit?
What's the honestly, like since like I'm clearly young, sometimes like I'm clearly young, right? Like, so I'm not gonna just like suit and tie because that'll just make me seem like such a tryhard. In 2021, it's like the psychology aspect of business is different. Like, you don't go to corporation jobs, don't require you to be in a suit and tie most of the time anymore.
It's more business
So-
casual, right?
Yeah, something you're comfortable in, and then you look good in. So I don't know. I'll go like kind of like tight khakis, not like skin tight like these jeans right now. These are a little tight, a little like more breathability than these. Like some chinos, like and then just like a dress shirt, like Ralph Lauren. Like, I
Nice.
don't even know. Yeah, I just got a t-shirt on underneath, but yeah, just like dress shirt. Sometimes like a Tommy Hilfiger, like casual dress shirt. And then honestly, like the white Nikes I pulled up in, they're not down here, but like just like Nike
Those
Air Force
beauties.
Ones. Or just like Sperry's, like jeans and Sperry's are kind of a go-to. Not jeans like this again, but just like dark pair. So that's like my chauffeuring like outfit. Pick them up,
Nice.
scoop them, bring them home. They're happy, they got home safe, and then I pull a couple bucks, and it's interesting. It's it's a good gig,
That's
Family
a great
business.
gig, man.
and it's part-time, and it's only like honestly like it pays well. Like
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
it seems like an interesting job.
So it's true about
Someone's
Connecticut.
gotta
They
do
got
it,
there's a lot of rich people that live in Connecticut, huh? That's the truth.
Yes, that's fact. But
So you're
isn't it
from
kinda-
Connecticut?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
grew up in
Well, no,
Connecticut?
actually, I grew up in Coney Island.
Ooh, that's cool.
Coney Island, New York. You know where that is? Like bottom
yeah.
of Brooklyn to the left, like very bottom, like very ghetto. Oh, you're hearing the bing bong fucking
Yeah.
memes? Like that's from Coney
Fuck
Island.
your life.
But like to be completely honest, like those are actually probably crackheads on those TikToks. And like those are like
lot of
natives of Coney Island. Like
in the
I know
Coney
it's
Island
funny
area.
to like but that's like Coney Island. Like I only grew up there till I was like 7 or 8. which is like crazy to think, you know. And I remember pulling up in like 3rd grade and be like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like that's a spider?" In like 3rd grade, because I was like from Coney Island, and one of my friends told the principal on me. Like it was 3rd grade, and I was like some kid in the bathroom, and they were like, "You're such a bad kid, like you swore." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "I gotta change my act." Like I got told on the principal in 3rd grade. I'm not even kidding. For like swearing on a spider, swearing in the bathroom. I didn't think that would be like a cardinal fucking thing.
Damn,
No.
isn't it crazy? Remember when kids would tell on you, like if you flipped someone off in like class or whatever, I remember I didn't know what like give them the bird meant, and I flipped some kid off in like gym class, and the gym teacher said, "Did you give him the bird?" And I was like, "What does that mean?" I was so terrified.
Where does the bird come from?
Is it because it goes like up, like it just
I don't know.
like goes
It's
up, like flies up? I don't know.
It flies
The
up.
bird.
Looks
like
like
it
a little
rises
bird or
from the
something.
ashes.
I guess because the wings maybe like you kind of go sideways with the thumb and whatnot, like kind of opens up wings and then I don't know.
That's a goog. Give it a goog.
So let's get into. So you grew up in Coney
Yeah,
Island, then you
sorry.
moved to Connecticut.
Moved to Connecticut, yeah.
then you decided-
and then just like from like from like 8 years old, like 3rd grade, you know, just till now, I was in Connecticut the whole time. Graduated college. I actually commuted too, which is how we're gonna go into how we met.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so
We
I
both
live in
went-
Northwest Connecticut since then, and then I started going to UNH, which is where we met. So
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Do you remember? So you said you remember how we met?
I
'Cause
do, I
don't.
do, yeah. So Kyle, listen up.
I'm listening.
I actually couch surfed in college. I wasn't a commuter. I was a commuter, and then that's why everyone was like, "You're a freshman with a car on campus," and I was like, "Yeah, because I'm a commuter, but you see me everywhere because I couch surf." And so the one
Yeah, I
night
could have sworn you lived
on
somewhere.
campus, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what everyone thought, and I was like, "Damn!" And like, even at one point, I threw a mattress in my minivan because I was like, what's the point of these seats in here? Like, I could just sleep in here on campus, like, and I just brought all my hygiene stuff, all my clothes. Like, I would just wash a thing of clothes and leave on Monday from my house, and just have like 5 pairs
week's
of boxers,
clothes.
5 pairs of socks, like nice things to go out in, and then like go to. Yeah, it was like interesting. It was very weird. But,
So
like,
how would you do it? Like Monday, I'll sleep at this guy's house. Tuesday, I'll sweep at
Bro,
until someone kicks me out,
actually-
saying, "No, you can't sleep on our couch anymore."
and then that's how I met Vinny. So I was couch surfing from my friend Sanji's. He had a house, so it's easier to sleep at a house instead of a dorm
Yeah.
because you always have to check in bullshit. Whatever.
Right.
House, you pull up, you're like, "Yo, what's up?" You know them. They're like, "Yeah, go ahead, crash on the couch." Wake up in the morning, leave. But I had a few routines, and then like senior year changed. It's just a roller coaster. I don't know how to explain it. Like, so freshman year was very Sanji was one of my friends. He was an engineer. I slept at his house like, excuse me, couple blocks from like the school, and then Danny Lightwork, which is who we know.
Shout out Danny.
Yeah, shout out Danny
and
Lightwork.
stuff.
He was like a business major, and I don't even know how I met him, but he's from like Greenpoint, whatever, Coney Island, Greenpoint, in New York, not close. And I was like, "Yo, Danny, let me wash your dishes." Oh, and I knew Liam Schuller, which went to the Army. Yo, you remember Liam, right?
Yeah, you lived
Yeah.
with
Oh
fucking
my God.
Danny
Yeah,
down the hall,
exactly.
bro.
Liam, Danny, and
Sophomore
then
year, my sophomore year, right?
yeah, exactly. My sophomore year too. Yeah.
Yeah, so
we're both,
you-
we're both,
We've been both been done. You graduated in May.
I got this May. Yeah.
All right, word.
Yeah, exactly. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go.
Congratulations.
Congrats to you too.
Thanks,
Bro.
bro.
Yeah, he lived down the hall, and it was Capiche, right?
Nick
Lived
Pease.
with Danny, or no? They lived down the hall, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And, yeah, I was like, "Yo, Danny." One time I pulled up, I was like, "There's mad dishes in here. Like, I'll wash all these dishes if you let me crash tonight." And he was like, "Pff, "Yeah, like the couch is open, bro. Like no one's sleeping on that." I was like, "Bet." So then I established that on like Tuesdays. I would just pull up and like take their trash out once in a while. But after a while, I didn't even hold up that rule. They didn't
Right,
care.
right. They
I'd
didn't
just
care
pull up
anymore,
and
right?
just fucking knock out on the couch. On Tuesdays, Sanji's was like Wednesdays, and then Thursday, my friend Thomas. Sometimes like we'd go out to the club, me, him, like a group of friends, like some girls, some guys, and we'd just go out to the club. And then he also had a bed, and I would crash at it. Or Yogi Bo. You guys ever sleep on those?
I know it. What do they look like? The like inflatable thing?
It's
Not
kind of like a
that,
beanbag
right?
chair. It's like a bigger.
Yeah,
version of
it's like as long, kind of not as this couch because this is a.
I think
fat
Jack
couch,
has
but-
one. You know that thing
It's like a
Jack
7
has
foot.
it is in his
Yeah,
like
he was
7 foot.
telling me, he was like, "You're gonna love this thing." I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Drunk nights on that thing.
It's kind of like a beanbag chair, but it's like nicer almost.
You can make like chairs out of that too. Like if you like bend it in a
Oh
funnel
right,
and
you
sit in
can
it.
mold it.
You could like sit it upright and then just like plop in it, and it'll create like a backrest and stuff. It like does like crazy stuff.
So we definitely met at some point that sophomore year. You were hanging out at Danny's.
At Danny's,
place.
You're a
exactly,
hustler
yeah. So-
then, man. Monday one guy's house, Tuesday another. That's pretty
'cause,
crazy.
Like, I just like the commute was like honestly like 60, 70 miles every day. So I
Right.
wasn't gonna do that. Like I'd rather crash and get like a mediocre night's sleep instead of like pay like $15 a gallon. Not $15 a gallon. Sorry, that'd be
Yeah,
ridiculous.
way more than that. Right?
$15 for like a commute to New Haven and back,
Yeah.
you know? And then I started doing sports and that kind of tied me down more. And but I met you when I went to Danny's room, and I remember like distinguishably that you and Danny were playing like NBA or something. You're like, yo, I'm Vinny. I was like, oh, bet. And I was like, that's chill. I just sat on the couch, but I was watching, and you guys were going off on like NBA 2K or something.
We definitely
you and
used to
Danny.
run it back.
You guys used to run that all the time. Like I'd pull up to the room, you guys would be like chilling on that.
Those are the days, man. Just like
Sophomore year.
college.
Sophomore
Yeah.
year. Winch?
Yes, sir.
Like 302?
That was the fourth floor.
That was fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We lived in the
Damn.
corner right by the elevator, and then Danny lived on the other side.
Yeah.
And Winch was the best year. Sophomore year, there's just so many of like my friends that lived in that one building, and we were just all just like,
It was
That was, like,
crazy. You guys
peak
were
college
all
vibes,
like in
like-
one room sometimes. Yeah. I was like, damn.
yeah. We had 6 people in our
That's the
room.
best when you're just like, oh, everyone's so friendly and just like everyone's a great friend. Like,
And it was like obviously like
It
goes
before-
away.
before the it was like after we had all got comfortable freshman year and we were all homies, and then like before pandemic was even a thought, dude. You know what I mean? Like those were just like,
Facts.
if I could go back to sophomore year, like that's would be
know.
the year. You know?
yeah.
Then they like started slapping people like fines apparently. One of my friends got like $100 fine for having someone over.
Yeah.
That was like during COVID though.
That's
Fucking bullshit,
crazy,
man.
huh?
So let's get
100
into your music, brother.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So I want to know, you chose the name Callie. It used to be Callie Wells, right?
Yeah.
So
facts.
where did that come from? How'd you choose that name? Stage
well,
name?
I did Callie Wells because like they call me Callie because I started volleyball in college. And they were like calling me Callie. Like actually, one of my friends back in college, like we're still friends, but we just don't reach out to each other anymore that much. I would honestly say I reach out to him more than he does to me. So it's kind of like whatever, and you notice it. So it's like
Happens.
it'll naturally like yeah, but.
Feel ya.
I went to the tryouts to like sign up. I was just going through like the fair thing, the sport club fair. There's like 110 clubs. They're like, oh, join this club, join that club. Come here,
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Incentive. Oh, we got these pens for free out here. So like, come here and you'll get a free pen if you sign up. Like that kind of shit, like club fair.
Hey, you want a free T-shirt? Join
Yeah,
that club.
Exactly. Yeah. And then like the Wells Fargo was like giving out like chargers, like Wells Fargo like iPhone chargers, which was sick. So I was like, yeah, I'll sign up for this. Like, fuck it. Like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
But club fair, and I walk up to the volleyball thing, and he's just like, you're Callie. And I'm like, my name's Krystian, but thanks. Like, you have the sign-out sheet? Like, the sign-out sheet? And he's like, no, you look like a Callie, and you're tall. You're going to be a
Jesus.
good middle. And I was like, all right, thanks, man. Like, I was like, okay, sure. You got the sign-out sheet? Like, the sign-up sheet? And so he just called me Callie, like, right from when he first saw me. And then he introduced me to everyone as Callie, and the whole college was calling me Callie. So after, like, now skip forward a little bit to where I, like, started creating music independently on GarageBand, kind of wax service, whatever. Whatever DAW you use, you just got to master it.
Yeah.
But, all that's aside.
At least you got something to use.
Exactly. I was just, like, using it, like, getting the fundamentals down, panning stuff well, mixing, like, EQing good, and, like, making just stuffs down, like, good on GarageBand, and, like, creating harmonies and, like, making songs. And once I hit that, I was like, what am I going to name myself if I, like, want to release a song? So I was like, Callie is my college name. So, like, that's the second name. At home, people are like, oh, that's a gross name. No one calls you Callie, Krystian. What? And then at college, they're like, Krystian? That is gross to me, bro. Like, I know you
Krystian
as
with a
Callie.
K.
You can't
Yeah,
win.
I'm like, they're like, no way. So, like, there's, like, these two regions that, like, home calls me Krystian and then New Haven calls me Callie. So I was like, why don't I just call myself Callie? Like, and then I just added Wells to the end. But I like Callie now with that little A, with the @ sign. Kind of adds variation because music, always needs variation.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, man. That's
Mhm.
great. great. That's so funny.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the nicknames like Pat at Xfinity giving us nicknames.
Yeah, so I met him through working at, there's this concert venue in Mansfield near here, the Xfinity
You
Center.
met Kyle or?
Yes, that's how we met.
So
Oh,
it's like a
2018.
Yeah.
it's like a summer amphitheater. It's like the Xfinity Theater, and is that in Hartford, Connecticut?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I've actually never been, but
Me neither.
it's around there. It's
yeah,
around
but
there.
like they have like Xfinity Center is the mass.
It's a huge 20,000 people venue. You
Yeah,
know?
it's like 10 minutes from here.
Outside
so like we
venue.
worked the last like 3 summers there. Like I met him through working there. He lives like a few towns over. So like we didn't.
From Xfinity.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah,
know,
that's
we
how
didn't
we
know
met.
each other
Word.
until then. Like we just became boys from.
Yeah.
So you're from CD, Kyle?
So I'm from what?
CT?
No, he
Oh.
No,
he
I'm
lives
from
a
around
few
here, yeah.
towns over
Oh,
from
okay.
here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we met from working.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, damn. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we've had a blast there working
And how
so
many
many
years?
concerts, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you work at concerts?
We've talked
Dude,
about
no,
this,
I know,
Mike.
but, like,
He
it
still
didn't
does.
retain.
This kid works more
But
shows
now I
than
work-
anyone
but
right
now I
now.
work in Boston doing the security for like the Garden or like
Oh,
all
shit.
these other different venues up there. Like it's just through the same company that does.
Oh, word.
shit.
What company is it?
It's called Aegis Protection Group. Shout 'em out.
Shout out Aegis.
Aegis fam, whoever's watching, much love. But yeah, I work with a bunch of cool
Ron
people,
Dunn.
and you just see a bunch of crazy shows. I've worked almost 120 shows in 3 years. You know, like of some huge
That's
artists.
crazy.
Huge, yeah,
That's crazy.
it's wild.
You get to watch it after like the line slows down, or like what? Like
Depends
well,
where I
actually,
am,
You gotta
yeah.
watch the whole like venue probably.
It depends
There's,
where
like, a
they
whole
need me,
team,
you
right?
know. But sometimes they send
If
us
it's
into
big.
the concert, you know, and you just end up seeing.
Some of it,
Yeah.
sometimes not at all.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sometimes you end up seeing all of it, or sometimes not at all. You know,
Yeah.
it's a great
What's
job,
your
though.
favorite concert that you've ever been to? Do you have one or?
Dude, believe it or not, I haven't been to many. Like I've
Really?
always gone to like ones that are just going on, and then also I went to Firefly recently. Like that was over the summer.
It's like a festival.
Yeah, like kind of a festival, but I only went for one day. I also got kicked out of the tent like at 3 a.m. I was like, "What the frick is going on?"
3
I'm just
a.m., bro.
sleeping snug, drunk, and
Oh, it's like an
high
overnight
AF.
festival.
in my tent, and I'm like getting kicked out at like 3 a.m. I'm like, "Who did
Bro,
I
what?
harm, bro?" Yeah, I was like shocked, but
While you sleep?
I was like I was sleeping, but my friend was kicking me out. He was like, "Oh, we gotta wake up early," but I was like, I went to bed like at 10. Like if anything, I'll wake up earlier than you guys, or if you wake me up early, I'll wake up much quicker than you guys.
Yeah, you want
Yeah,
to
so I
sleep
got kicked
in.
out. But Firefly, it was a good time. I mean, I saw that was probably the biggest concert I've ever gone to, because there was like Diplo there, Tame Impala.
Tame Follow, that's great.
Yeah. I actually didn't get to see them, but sad story. But I saw like Black Bear and stuff. Like that was interesting. I
all
saw
at this
Black
one
Bear.
festival
Yeah. Like Firefly was actually kind of gas for a Saturday. Like
in New York. Or where was
it was in like Delaware, dude. Like,
Delaware?
Wow.
Yeah, I drove all the way down there. I
The
was
solo
like, oh
trip
my
to
God.
Delaware.
Well, I drove like CT to Philly, then they drove me from Philly to Delaware, and then we went to like that Philly to Firefly was the plan. So, and it was like not bad. It was not bad. We were kind of worried, yeah, but
That's your favorite show
once
you've
we
ever
got
been to?
probably up to date. Yeah, I don't
Cool.
go to like many, but I was at some local spot like 3 days ago that I saw. Like we just stopped by. That was interesting, but yeah, probably my favorite.
I wouldn't count those. Like I've been to a bunch of just local like shows. I wouldn't
Yeah, but
really
that's,
count
like,
those. Like,
Casual.
I have a list of probably like 20 or so shows that I've been to as a fan, and then I have the other list of the other 120 shows that I've been to working.
Yeah.
So I've seen maybe like 150 shows before.
It's a fun lifestyle.
Yeah, just living the dream, man. So back on the music, man. Today is Saturday, December 18th, 2021. Yesterday, December 17th,
Yes.
you dropped a new pop
Yes.
punk single
Woo! My first one actually. It was
titled
lit
Bitcoin.
with an upside down eye.
So go stream that shit on all streaming services. Cali.
Yes, please.
The A is @ Cali.
Cali. With a K,
Baby.
with a K.
Bitcoin. Talk about Bitcoin, like making it, the process of making it,
Holy
putting
shit.
out what it's about.
Dude, I don't even know where to start with that song. Oh my God, yo, I'm glad you're asking me this question because the way I came up with Bitcoin is I was running at the gym on the treadmill. Hear me out.
Grinding.
And they're talking about Bitcoin on the screen, right?
Yep.
And I was like, you know, I'm just running. I'm doing my 7-minute mile pace, you know, minding my own business, but also gassed because it's like 15 minutes into a run. I'm like 2 miles in, and I'm holding up this crazy, like, that's not a fast pace. And I'm looking at this Bitcoin, and I was like, if I'm a good musician, can I just make a song about what I see right in front of my face right now? Like, I'm watching Bitcoin. I'm gassed. I'm like, I'm just going to make a song. I'm going to make a song about Bitcoin. Like, let's make this a challenge. Like, I actually was like, let me go home tonight and make this a challenge because I needed like some kind of like, I don't know, sometimes I like setting my mind on one goal and seeing if I could like nail that, you know, like right on the spot. So, you know, I'm like running and I'm like, all right, let's do that. So I wrote the lyrics actually while I'm sounds awful, but like I'll sing while I'm driving. And I wrote the lyrics like right there. I'm like, fake like a Bitcoin, I don't want you. First day hookup. I saw right through. Also inspired because I met some girl at Abercrombie, but that ended up being an interesting story, which, like, you know, we'll talk about another time. But and so it just like inspired Bitcoin. You know, it's just like
we met at Abercrombie.
Yeah, well, I hit on her at Abercrombie, bro. It's like,
hey man, they're in the best
she had a
outfits
mask
at
on.
Abercrombie and Fitch, dude.
Dude, they got
some of those girls that are there. They're dressed like immaculate. You're like,
and also the
damn,
clothes
baby
there
girl.
are good. Yeah, the clothes there are good. So they're repping the brand clothes.
They're in their fashion fucking outfits.
Fashionista over here. All right.
Absolutely, yeah.
Continue.
And yeah, so that like inspired like some of the lyrics there. And so it pairs up with the, okay, I'm running on the treadmill. Let me make a song about Bitcoin. So I wrote those lyrics, but then fast forward like 2 days later, I hit up my friend. I'm like, let's make a song tonight, 3 hours. We have a 3-hour limit. And he goes, bet. So he comes over. We start writing this thing, and by like 12 o'clock, it took more than 3 hours, obviously. Like, it was like from like 8 p.m. to like 12 or 1.
But once you get started, you're like, oh,
dude,
we
know that
finish
feeling, right?
Yeah.
When it just starts, like the creative energy is flowing through your blood, and you're just like, I can't even stop. Like, you're talking to me, I don't hear you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so we cranked that out to like 1, and I was like, what could I sing over this? And then I pulled out this like the Bitcoin thing, and I was like, can I make a song about Bitcoin? Yes, I can, because it like matched up perfectly with the beat and stuff. So I was like, damn, like I kind of combined those. I sung it over it. My friend left by now, and I sang over it from like 1 to like 3 a.m. in the morning, which I'm always like a night owl.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to good ideas, like I stay up like late. You know, I feel like a wizard. Like at night, like 2 to 4.
I love
like,
the darkness.
Those are the witching
sleeping.
hours, right?
Yes. Everyone's sleeping. You're aware that everyone's sleeping, and you're just over here absolutely cooking heat. You know, like
in the
that's
zone, man. I love this darkness, bro.
just one, I have
away
this
from everything.
one exactly. Sorry, yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No worries. Man.
I have this like one spotlight above my head in like this basement, and it just sits like right above my laptop. So I'm just like cooking with this one spotlight above me in the dark. So it's just like,
I feel you.
I don't know. I feel very put on the spot, but it's just like creative energy. It's like in my own little labyrinth. So yeah.
Nice. I like it.
So Bitcoin's out now, all streaming services.
Yes, and honestly, it came out way better than I thought. Much better than I thought. Like the kick and the snare pop in that, the drum kit pops in that. It sounds like it's mixed very well. We had it mixed pretty well. I sent it off to my boy. He just like got it sounding like that pop punk, like that kick that comes in. Like the kick really pierces through and like really hits every time to create like the rhythm, with the snare really hitting with some like reverb, and it just creates that like that very like cinematic power, you know, like I don't know. And honestly, believe it or not, MIDI drums on that. MIDI drums. Like, do you know what MIDI drums is?
Yeah.
Yeah, like MIDI
Just
drums.
programming
like just,
the drums and doing it instead of recording.
But I feel like there's a lot of pop punk MIDI drums though.
Probably.
Right? Because they
unless
get
it's
such,
like Travis
consistent...
Barker fucking recording.
No, obviously not. Like he has his one sound, and you know that's Travis Barker, you know. But I feel like I don't think a lot of stuff is MIDI, but then I also sometimes think because the hits are so consistent and stuff. Like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like velocity wise, like it sounds pretty consistent between each note.
It sounds like it could be
the
a human playing it. And
yeah, like no mistakes at all. Usually, like there's always some kind of like mistake in metronome, but I'm not saying that humans aren't perfect. Like some people play it perfect. So,
all right. So there's a few things we need to talk about. I just want to say that it's so dope to see you doing this shit, bro. Like,
Appreciate it, bro.
I fucking love that you're making the beats for these crazy sounding songs too, and you're just finding you're finding your voice on there, which is a thing that's hard enough to do on its own.
Yeah,
and
it
just
is.
like you're just pushing yourself in so many different areas to like dude, pressure makes diamonds in that sense. Like you are already with only a few releases like destined to be a great artist, bro. But what amazed me, what we haven't talked about, is you did not even study music in college. Like I studied music in college, and then the whole time this man was studying finance, bro. And then all of a sudden this man just says, "Yo, by the way, I'm dropping some fucking heat."
I fucking appreciate that.
They talk about that, like how you really just like found like music as your passion, and like why you were studying finance at school. And
dude, yeah, for sure. I mean, I was studying.
What'd you get out of college too? Like
I got, damn, dude, that's a huge question. I don't know. I have very specific answers to a lot of things, like even to the most general things. Like, yeah, I was a finance major because I started civil engineer, and then like for a year, I love science, and I like passed all the AP, like most of the AP sciences. So AP environmental in high school, AP calc. So I didn't even have to take those in like college. And then when it came to like calc 1 in college, I was like, this is kind of easy. So I took calc 2 freshman year, like first semester. And so I met all these older people, and the way that like I liked science a lot, but then I was like, I don't really like this. So I went into finance. I studied finance, but all that time I've always been drumming. So since I was like 13, I've always been drumming, and I like loved Blink 182. That's why I like Bitcoin, like super like Bitcoin vibes. Not really like pop punk vibes. Not, I meant to say Blink 182 vibes, but yeah, I don't know. I just always like Blink, and I listened to them and like while I was doing all this finance, I loved jamming with my friend from high school. So we'd meet up like once every, like at least two to 4 times a month, and just jam, and it was going well. And like I really love drumming. It's just so fun to just bang on these like cylindrical freaking bombs, basically. You're hitting it, and it's just creating so much sound. You're like,
it's therapeutic just to bang on them,
dude,
right?
Yes. And also to a beat, like amazing.
Get in the zone.
Yeah. So I was always a drummer, and then I started recording with him in like 2018, and we have a few songs that we like need to finish that we wrote while we were like only 17, and like I want to do that. But I got into that, and then I learned a bit of piano because like I thought drums wasn't enough. So I'm playing drums, and drums is an instrument for building rhythm, right? It's not a treble instrument, it's like not a piano. Pianos are meant to like create this harmony. It really like pulls those emotions out of you, You're like playing the piano, and it's like
learning melody and shit.
Like that makes you want to cry, Like sometimes piano makes you cry. Drums, you're just hitting shit. And if you just hear drums on itself, you're like, yeah, can someone stop this guy? Can someone stop this guy? Like that's what it is. So drums is a supplemental thing. So I was like, let me take on piano. And once I understood scales, I was like, dude, you can make your own music. You can make your own music if you know scales, and then like, progressions and stuff. I don't even know music theory like crazy well, and I go off ear kind of, but I know the gist of it, like thirds, fifths, sevenths, like chords, how to make chords, like all that stuff. But it's not, it comes like second nature once you kind of study a little bit. And so I just learned that like all of this, cause like all this, like I'm studying all this at the same time, and there's a lot that goes on in my life. It's just like I'm just studying all that at the same time, if that makes sense. I really enjoy making music, even if I'm studying for my calculus homework, so like the times I get off, I'll watch videos or like listen to music and try to study it. So it was kind of like that, you're just juggling like all these things and slowly learning. And then I decided to go independent. I was always making music with my friend, and so I was like, I don't need him to learn GarageBand. Like, let me just learn it myself. And so I pulled away and started doing this. And I need to get all the instruments, but once I get all the instruments, I'm probably gonna like just make fully pop punk because I enjoyed that the most. Like, and Bitcoin was a banger, so that's kind of how I like pulled into making music.
One man band over here.
Dude, I like it a lot, but it's just so much work too at the same time,
Yeah, but you're learning so much, and you're, like I said, you're pushing yourself to grow in all these different avenues, which is like only gonna benefit you in the end.
Facts. And I don't like to limit myself to like one genre. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're making a lot of very different sounding music. And
it's definitely like, it's like a bad thing because like I'm not setting up like this brand name for like one specific song, but it's also a good thing because I'm learning like how to make all kinds of music. So, the skills will apply in a like a variety of settings. And also, what if like, you know, like we're gonna make music, you know, I'm gonna have to cater to how you sing, you know, and kind of like create sounds like how we both can sound on a track. So I'm gonna have to mix that track a little different, you know. So really making all this like EDM to like rap to like pop punk, I just think it's all just like practice, and I don't look at it as bad, you know. It's like playing. It's like snowboarding on ice and then snowboarding on snow. Like, why not just do it just so you get the experience? So I do it. Like, I try to do it all. I don't make all the music, but yeah.
It's kind of what we've talked about being like a jack of all trades. But it's better to be, I forget what the fucking quote is, but basically
jack of all trades, master of none is better than a master of one.
Well, yeah,
That's the thing.
yeah. So it's better to learn about all these different things to make you just like overall as a whole better, rather than just stay focused on one thing.
Yeah.
It's just dope, man. Like, you're working on some dope, like, crazy shit, dude. Just like some like pop, electronic, like you got the punk, punk stuff in there.
I just let my brain just splat on the screen. Like, I just let it splat on the track.
It's trippy, man. I love it.
Yeah.
So last week on December 10th, you dropped a song that I really love, man. Supersonic Hearts.
Seriously.
I remember you sharing that with me when you we had a really long conversation a couple weeks ago just about music. And just like how we had to like hang out soon, and you know. And
it's happening right here.
Right here, we made it happen.
Exactly. Yeah, that song was interesting. I don't know, like, it gets like the pace is like Weekend vibes because like, you know, it's like 148 where it's like a little slow, 148 BPM.
Yep.
So it's like a little slower, but it's like also like it got the boom ba with the kick always kicking. So it's got that upbeat thing, but it's talking about a sad thing like supersonic hearts forever to be. Without you, my heart, whatever.
Yep.
And so, and then you got an 808 going in there, like it's just like boom, like hitting on those like notes, and it's got like this like off rhythm pattern. I don't know. I could talk about it like all day, but that's what just goes through my mind, and I really like that song.
I love it.
It just like rumbles too. Like when it got mastered, it rumbled a little more. Like when it hits, the 808 didn't just go boom. It kind of went like and like rumbled in the car.
The rattle.
So like I kind of didn't like it at first, and I was like, honestly, this master is fire. Like I don't know, it creates much more emotion in the chorus, and Supersonic Hearts was fun to make. I made that in a day. All the bangers happen in a day, right?
Shit,
like 615.
Yeah, 323, 508 shit, man.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy D-Wop, fucking out in LA. Hope you're doing well, bud. And Demi out here in Norn still. But yeah, my boys, we recorded that song in one night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that, I really like that song.
Super, like,
I really like that song.
Like,
and it's just laid back, and then the chorus really brings in like that like sad, empathetic power. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like that. No, I'm being serious, bro.
I know,
and
bro.
it's kind of pop punky.
Yeah, for
it's like pop punky, and then also like got that like, it's just like MGK kind of pattern, you know, where it's pop punky, and then it has like the 808 with the hi hats, like boom boom, you know, and it like I like that.
I love it, man. So like, dude, especially Supersonic Hearts, like the way, like I don't even know how to explain, like the electronic vibe and like the message you're trying to convey across, like Supersonic Hearts, something that seems kind of like almost like, you know, trippy, like a psychedelic connection that you have with this girl, whatever, and you know, and you miss her like so much, and like just how intense like that connection is, like that epic production just like really like exemplifies that feeling, dude. And I relate with it tough, man, you know. So it's like,
and then the piano breakdown,
home, bro. Like, I remember hearing that for the time, and then the whole song drops out and it's just the piano, and you're like, I
appreciate it.
I just love it, man. I'm just glad you're doing your thing out here. I love to see it.
Yeah, I got inspired by Supersonic Hearts because it was like I wanted to I always start with like what can be like a really out of the box name for a song, because that's what's gonna get you to click on a song first, you know. And I'm not catering to what people think, you know, because judgment is the death of creativity. 2021 Krystian. But
with a K.
With a K, yes.
Yeah, boy.
But I do cater a little bit to what people think. So like the modern thing, you know, you got to add a little 808, a little hi-hat. So that's why there's that breakdown where it's like boom, why do I not remember my own lyrics? It's like before like the final chorus, it's got that 808 with the hi-hat. I can't think of it right now.
It's building up. Like,
yeah. I'm trying to think. We were love crazy, like that one. Before
the kind of love that would just leave you depressed.
All the memories like brain candy. Yeah, like that one. That breakdown. It's just like you got to have some of that 808 hi-hat snare action going on. Like that's modern music. That's contemporary music. So I put that little snippet in there and it sounded good. So I was like, I'm not touching this. If something sounds good, bro, I'm just like, I'm not touching this, like, period,
Yeah, I feel like, because if you fuck it up, it's like, how do I get back what I just had?
Yeah. I like don't want it. If it's sounding good, I'm like, I'm not going to really touch this a lot. Like, I'm not going to fuck with this. And, but I would say, like, Supersonic Hearts, Forever to Be, like, it was when we were just both, like, crazy about each other. When there's that moment where you both click, and then there's, like, a few months go by, and you're also dating, now you're, like, crazy about each other. That was the whole idea, is that we were, like, crazy about each other, like, low-key. And, like, it's just, like, yeah, like, I don't know. It's supersonic, Like, it's not just, like, love. It's just, like, supersonic. It's, like, damn, I like her more than just liking her, Like, it's, like, bang, like that. So.
Resonates strongly with me,
yeah,
brother.
exactly. And then when it's, like, and then when it's clearly being reflected, too, like, between you both, and you're, like, both crazy about each other, It's like that, and then there's.
It's almost like a drug in a sense where it's like it is kind of trippy and fucking psychedelic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah. So that was like just fun. I made it in a day, and then I was like, and then I decide sometimes like, damn, I'll let the world judge me by this song, so I'll release it. Boom. I'm
on to the next,
mix. Yeah. On to the next. Exactly. Like I don't care.
We've talked about this.
Writing about girls. All my friends say I write about girls, but it's like romantic relationships happen often. Like throughout your life, like you were right about each one because each one's a freaking curveball. Duh. So like, I don't know. So.
Oh man. So speaking of girls,
that was dope. December 10th.
Supersonic Hearts everywhere on all streaming services. Cali.
Like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Fucking. So you've only had a few other drops. With that, you also had the Girl Problems EP that came out September with a banger on it. OnlyFans, man.
That one's. I love that song.
This guy does have the best titles I've ever heard. OnlyFans Bitcoin.
Yeah, I just met Kyle today, so this is authentic. Like, yeah, this is like, yeah, it was, yeah. That was an interesting album. I don't know. I beat myself up for not like working more on GNT on Ice, and nice. That's EDM. That's straight EDM. Like I went for an EDM vibe there.
I fuck with that. I could be in the club just like.
It definitely goes hard. That
with
album,
drink in hand.
Yeah. That EP made me realize how important is BPM is, like pace in a song. Yeah. So, OnlyFans banger. I really like making that, but then I look back and I'm like, that was such an underdeveloped beat. There was like barely any hi-hat action or any kind of like rhythm action and snare. And, like it sounds great. I love the song.
To what we were just talking about, though. You could be a perfectionist about it and work on it for as long as you want, or you could just say, all right, on to the next one.
And it's still a banger.
And you're making, dude, Supersonic Hearts is probably my favorite song of yours.
I've been getting that, yeah. I thank you,
OnlyFans is dope though. When that came out, I was bumping that on the regular, and dude, I made sure I showed you mad love on that.
Dude, that was such a dope. It was fun to make too, and it's just that synth sounds so interesting, Dun, dun, dun. It's like so bassy and bamboo-y. It's like so. I call it bamboo-y, where it's like that, like. It sounds like you're hitting wood, but then it sounds like this electronic sound. But yeah, I really like that synth on it. And yeah, dude, it just gets better and better. That's what matters, Like when our music just gets better and better with each release.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, man. Just the fact that we're growing and, it just shows that if you put the effort in, like, it's going to pay off. So other than that, you had only one other release, which is Guilty Pleasure, which was your first song, and you're rocking the merch over here right now.
The freaking hoodie. Yeah. That song. Damn, that's such an interesting song. That's such an interesting song. Because, like, honestly, like, again, they say, like, I write too much about girls. But I wrote this song.
Tell me about it, brother. My friends are all like, shut the fuck up already.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least, like, you're writing about different experiences. I'm still fucking on the same one.
I kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Kyle's like, yup, shut the fuck up.
It's just like, that was actually a friend of mine who I've never been with an ex actually, and that song's all about being with an ex, like getting back with them for one night, hooking up with them. And my friend in Florida, I went with him to Florida, and he slept with his ex that night, and I was like, you're dumb, bro, like why are you doing that? And then I wrote a song. On the plane, I imagined like, how is he feeling, like just getting back with his ex? Like that's like a guilty pleasure, like you don't want it to
So
happen,
you wrote it
but
from
then
another person's perspective.
Wow. Yeah, on the plane on the way home to Connecticut.
Interesting.
I'm being so honest, never been with an ex, like never hooked up with them after like we weren't together. And yeah, and I wrote it from his perspective, and I gave it like that fast paced tempo, because like I like faster paced stuff, like you could tell obviously, like my stuff just like quicker.
Keep that energy going.
BPM's always quicker, you know. And I created like this, like, I don't know, dude, honestly that song is odd, but it's also a banger in the weirdest way, because I just mixed the weirdest instruments in there. Like I have a bass guitar in there going with like a clav, like just in the beginning, like just like it's, and then the drop, like we're still best friends, you know, like that. Like it's just like, I don't know, music is just about like, I just like that it just sounds different, and I'm like, on to the next, you know.
You're having
and I
fun
worked
with
on
it.
Huh?
You're having fun with it.
Dude, I know, and I ended up doing it like pretty well, just because I promoted the shit out of it, and it was also my first song ever dropping as an artist.
Yeah, so people are like, what the fuck? Krystian was
so it got a lot of attention, and then
especially with the cover
it's
art
very,
too, you know, it was very like, what
exactly.
is this guy doing?
I actually took that cover art. We took that shot in I was actually expecting, I actually like my my artist page with like the kisses on the neck, I guess, like the lip marks. It's kind of cool because it's just out of the box, but I kind of like the neon vibe now. And so with like Supersonic Hearts, I made that neon too, like with the butterflies and stuff. That's a picture of a mural in New York, by the way.
Really?
And I just spun it 45 degrees, edited it a little bit, boom. That's an album cover. I go around town now and I just take shots of like random things, and I'm like, this will be a single cover at some point.
Yeah, you never know what you could
Like,
use. I use old photos all the time. I edit a lot of my own cover art.
That exactly.
So that brings me to, I guess my next question is, like, are you working on like an album, like a project, like a solo debut, like, and is it gonna have like that pop electronic like vibe to it?
Dude, I guess kind of, but like not. I don't know. Like I was telling you before this podcast even like started going, I'll finish stuff like 70%, but I won't do that 30%, like Garden of Eden. Give me that apple, let me bite that.
Yeah.
Fucking fire line. It's about sinning and then biting the apple. Yeah. But Garden of Eden, like that sounds fire, and like, but I just get demotivated sometimes with my song, and I'll be harsh on myself. I won't lie. As an artist, like you get harsh on yourself.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
I feel that we were just talking about that on the last pod episode.
Yeah, it's a humbling experience because no one's perfect, and you're not gonna make stuff that sounds great to everyone's ears. You know, like, excuse me, that's just what happens. And like with that Garden of Eden, you know, 70% finished it. You sent me the vocals, I downloaded them. I actually like your vocals a lot, and I kind of want to edit them and like put like some through it. Like I want to put it like downshift it like a whole pitch and like make like a crazy weird song out of it. Like I don't know why, like some kind of like hyper pop. Like I don't even know. Like you know Underpass? I showed you Underpass. Yeah. But like that's kind of hyper popish. I want to do something with that with it. I don't know why. I got the blow O's were like interesting. That's why I liked them. So I was like, I'm saving these vocals. Like these could go somewhere. That's why I have them downloaded my phone, like both the layers.
I worked my ass off on that, dude. I remember so one day after we had like a really long conversation about, you know, I think that was the night you showed me Supersonic Hearts and just music. Had this really long conversation about
long as hell
about music, about everything. Yeah, I was just chilling down here by myself. And I remember that I woke up in the morning to you sent me a text. You're like, yo, see if you could fit in this spot I left in on this song. So I kept listening to it. I was like, Garden of Eden, let me bite that. Yeah. Give me that apple, let me bite that. Yeah, dude. So I'm just listening over and over. I'm like, damn, this is different, but it fucks, dude. I'm like, how can I fit in on this? So I just start writing. And I'm literally in bed just typing in my notes app. And all of a sudden, I get the fuck out of bed. And I go downstairs right here. I had the mic set up down here.
Hits R.
And I just fucking, not immediately, but like I just start writing and I try to fit it all in, and I start like getting an idea of how I want to sound on it, and then I just started recording. It took me like 3 hours, but I just like got in the zone and just like, I'm gonna knock this out. And then I sent it to you. I was like, let me know what you think.
Yeah.
I was like, so.
And I liked it, dude. That's why dude, sometimes I'll play in one scale and I could be like, I can make 8 songs in this scale. Like literally, if I have like this one like riff that sounds so good, I can make like 7 songs out of it. And I swear, I like love to save my stuff because like it comes in the most random moments, like Bitcoin. And that's what I'm saying. I saved your vocals. Garden of Eden is like lacking like power, and some songs will like lack power, and I just don't want to go back and like stitch it. It's like that. It's like a demotivating process. There's so many songs where I just like will make, like I probably have like 6 of them right now that like I fully thought I finished, and then I'm like, I guess you think it needs that 5%, but then you like keep going with that. You're like, no, maybe it needs 10, maybe it needs 20, and then all of a sudden you're just like, maybe I just don't want to go back to it. Like I'll leave it as is and like leave it in the archive. So it's kind of sad.
For
like Garden of Eden for now, yeah.
Garden of Eden will come.
That it does kick good. Like I haven't listened to it in a minute. Honestly,
especially it's not even mastered yet, bro. Like that shit will slap, bro. You kidding?
Right. You're kind of right, yeah. Damn, I might have to jump on that, honestly. Like
go back in the vault, baby.
Like there's so many songs like that where you just like let them like sit. You know, it's like wine. You know, you let it age a little bit, and boom, you bring it up, pop it open, create it. You know, maybe sometimes. So,
bada bing, bada boom.
But
bing,
it's like, yeah, it's hard to decide what goes out and what doesn't. You know, at the end of the day.
I feel you, man.
Yeah,
it's all.
But I feel like you have to just like say, you know, F it, and just like close your eyes and just be like, you know, like this should just be out there. This is who I am. Put it out there.
I feel you, man. Tough. I'm working on hella shit. I'm working on this podcast.
Yeah,
feed.
what are you working on? Tell us about it. tell us a little about yourself, unless you haven't already talked about it.
I mean, dude, I don't know. I've got a few different like sounds I'm working on right now. So a few different projects that I've been working on for like a while, just trying to develop like the sound I want for each project. So there's like, I'd say a more stoner rap project that I'm working on.
We like those.
Oh yeah, like that's like the OG Chenzo sound too, like
that
I've yet to like hit home on, you know. So like I gotta do that for the the day ones, like when I'm delivering in the upcoming year. And then I'm working on more of like a self-discovery, like more motivational project, and then I'm working on one more like more emotional rap kind of project.
And
so
this is gonna be like 3 albums separate, or
3 mixtapes.
3 mixtapes, yeah.
Yeah, and then I also have like a couple other shit. I'm just working on a lot of shit right now, you know?
I know the feeling.
So you know what I'm saying? You like...
That's how it is. That's always how it is.
In the sense of like, oh man, like, what do I choose? Like, even like some songs that I have a strong idea for, it's like, but do I want to like finish this idea? Do I want to have this? Is it going to fit the idea of the project? Like, it's all a part of the vision.
Do I want to take out these lyrics and put them in a better song that I have right now? Like that, like all the time.
So I really just try to go for whatever I'm feeling in the moment. And then obviously there's like the project that I'm going to drop first should be the one that I'm focusing on. But like really I just kind of try to do what like I'm feeling in the moment. Like I sent you that song I recorded the other day, No Time Like Now. Like that's just more of like I was just feeling like there's no moment like the present moment. Like every fucking second of your life is a blessing to be alive, and I'm gonna fucking go crazy when I get my fucking chance. You know, like that's more of probably the more motivational project. The emo one will come out first. I'm actually dropping.
Is that pop punky?
There are like maybe some songs that are more pop punky, but overall it's just like I'd say just more. You know, being alone, trying to find yourself, and getting a little emotional in that, but then ultimately leading up to the vibes that are more motivational. You know what I mean? So like, start the project off more emotional and work your way to being more motivational and like, I got this, bitch.
I like that. I've never thought about it as like a movie like that. Like you're painting a movie through pictures, while I've been looking at it as like I'm painting a story through a song. You know, but you got the bigger vision, and I feel like now because you've been in this for much longer than me, so you already have that like intuition to like paint pictures with multiple songs, while I just try to paint one, and I feel like that's something I have to work on. Like I guess that was kind of like off topic, but
no man,
yeah, but like I respect that a lot. Is that I was actually told that recently. Is like, oh, you should try to make an album and tell a story through the album and multiple songs instead of one.
Have it
and I was like, yeah, exactly. And that's what I see. Like, I feel like more like matured artists do that now. They have that.
Even say like the Residue mixtape I put out this summer. It starts off more emotional and being like embracing those emotions of like, fuck, I miss this person. And then eventually it ends like, I'm okay on my own. Do you know what I mean? But now like I'm working on this project now. It's kind of going to be more a part 2 of this other project, you know?
Part 3, part 4
it keeps going on. No, but like now I'm just clearly doing way better than I have been, you know? And it's just still, I got to knock out those few more emo vibes that I have. I just do what comes naturally.
Emo vibes are not bad.
Yeah, they've gotten me through the last couple years, man. Like I love like some of my favorite artists, like this new Juice WRLD album, bro. It's super sad, but like I fuck with it heavy. Dude. The production on it is just amazing, and just Juice, man. He's a fucking legend.
Everyone loves Juice. Kyle, big fan.
I do like Juice. Yes.
Yeah, I feel bad, Kyle. We've been
no. But you guys are going off, dude. Yeah,
it's been a minute since I seen my guy over here, but
yeah, we don't see each other often. I feel like now we're like more connecting because of music.
I know,
like,
dude.
Talking more
I love it,
music, and that's like a good thing.
Yeah, music always brings people close together, and like I've said to you, it's just good to have. You know, like we're in the similar position, like where we're artists and like we're in the process of creating shit. Like to have someone like that's like a friend.
To relate
that's in the same position, to just like me and you, like we'll just send each other whatever. Like honestly, I don't send like no one's heard that new song, No Time Like Now. Like you're the only one who's heard it. Like I just like me and you just go back and forth. You send me what new shit you're working on, and we just give our honest input and just have a good conversation.
It's important to just like if it's just important to reinforce the strong things and kind of filter out the bad things, and that's what you're doing when you like send it out to people and get like second opinions, like, oh, that's way too loud already, like, or this, and it helps you like streamline your process before you even get to creating it. You're already perfecting it by showing someone, and you shouldn't be afraid to show someone,
especially if someone like you just respect their opinion, like
exactly. And I respect your opinion, you respect mine. That's what I like, and like I don't mind confiding in that. Is just like getting your honest opinion and like seeing what you think.
Yeah, it means a lot, dude. I mean, it's dope. Like I think I wish I had more artist friends like that we were just as close. I do have a couple, but like we don't like communicate as often, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm just glad that we started talking a lot more recently.
Same, bro.
Even though we haven't seen each other in like a couple months now,
right? Like once in the last like year. Yeah, when's the last time before the show?
Probably like.
When was it? Damn.
When I graduated or when we graduated, like probably like
I didn't
May
even go to the graduation.
Yeah, so probably like May, April, some point.
I was rolling on my diploma when it came in. Yep. I have a video of that. That's crazy.
Man, it's got me hyped up though. I can't wait to just start making some tunes with you. So we're already about an hour in. I have a few more questions for you. But
I'm sorry, honestly, bro. I ran away sometimes.
Dude,
no, you did a great job.
We've been going for like 2 hours every time. But me and Kyle did want to just like make this one a little bit shorter and just like because I just want to get in the stew with you, bro. Like I just want to get. I'm down. Let's get after it,
Yes.
So I got a few more questions for you,
but then get in the lab.
Yeah, then we'll get after it.
Mix the chemicals, the elements.
God damn, man. So I just want to know like where like your earliest memories of music came from. Like who were some really influential artists that you like grew up listening to, and then who do you listen to like now a lot for inspiration?
Huge question, bro. Damn. Whoa. My earliest inspiration, dude, is Blink. Is like I remember my brother would have that pulled up on the Mac like 2006. Freaking when it'd go dun, 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 dun. Like freaking like when you'd shut it off
like
and turn
desktop?
it on. Yeah, with the grass field, the green field, blue.
And
then the Windows thing was just like bouncing from corner to corner, like mad slow.
It's like, can it hit the corner twice, please?
yeah,
I did.
Exactly, and that was my earliest memory of like the lab, like this computer he kind of played on, and then he would always play Blink 182, dude. And what other music? Like, I remember the music video of like them standing on the hood. It's not Good Charlotte. It's what's that song? Damn. Now I'm that guy right now. What's that song? I'm like thinking of the freaking harmony. Oh my god.
There's always that guy on a podcast. You're like, "Oh, you stupid man! I know what you're talking about." Happens a lot.
Oh, dude, the pod life. We've been grinding, man. We fit
Yeah,
in.
you guys made a lot.
So we've been doing it for 6 weeks straight.
You need entertainment. That's how you create like a following, is entertainment. Just keep releasing, you know.
Yeah,
bad or good, keep going.
Consistency.
You know, Exactly.
And I think it's great,
Exactly.
dude. Like the people that I'm having on to start off are like people that I really like want to hear from. Like,
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. And I could not wait to see you, bro. I pulled up here like swerving through traffic.
So it's like, gotta
It's a
get
long
this
journey to get here, man. You're a hustler, though. I can
Yes,
tell,
sir.
dude. You're fucking driving all over the place.
It's I know,
Sleeping on one couch to the next.
Mine's
It's a
moving a
lifestyle,
fucking
dude.
mile. He's already thinking about like what we're gonna be cooking up right after this. Dude.
I ready to get it
What
pre-saved in
sounds
the
he's
laptop.
going for? And he's like, we need a little.
A little bit of hi-hat.
Man, so you hit some of your early influences. Like, who do you listen to a lot now? Like, who are some of your major influences for starting to create music? Like, who has you inspired? It's like, damn, if they can make some
Damn.
shit, like I could try.
Damn, I listened to a lot of like indie when I first started. So like, oh dude, on my Instagram I was posting teasers of like indie alt. And like now I make like pop, like straight pop and like pop punk. So it's been a ride, but I always was influenced by like indie. So like the Kooks, I loved their song for a while. Tame Impala, like I always want to make like chiller side, like that kind of indie.
Yeah.
And like surf music, you know, Two Door Cinema Club. Ooh, I don't know if you know them.
I do not.
You don't know
I'll have
them?
to check them out.
Dude, they just like they're an Irish pop punk band or something like that. And I can't. You probably know them if you played like one of their like most famous songs. So like by this like rock. So I've always like, I don't know. And then obviously you got like Milky Chance inspires me because that Stolen Dance banger, like that hits late at night. Whatever you're doing, that's just like chills the vibe, and it's like boom ding ding boom ding boom ding boom ding ding, you know,
Some
like with the
groovy
snare.
shit.
Yeah, like I like the groovy stuff. I don't know. I like it all. So it's like I get inspired. That's why like I have like there's a song I called Love Letter, and that's like a straight like I don't even know, like a big house, not big trap maybe song that I have like with a drop, and then it's like got like a fat snare just hitting on the 2 and the 4. Like I don't know, like
Man's getting into the theory of
Yeah.
the songs. Dude.
I don't know. It's just like, so I get like inspired by all kinds of stuff, but I would say I officially started producing in like February, March.
Of this year.
Yeah, actually like fully by myself. Yeah.
And this man's doing some crazy shit. Like,
And I'm trying my best. Yeah, I'm trying my best. And some stuff comes out really well. Like Bitcoin came out great, and I love that song. And you gotta love your babies. You make babies, like, you know, you gotta love them. Like, you know, that's how it is. So,
yeah, dude, it's your art. You created. Like, it wouldn't exist if it weren't for you. You know.
exactly. And like all these people make unique ass art. Like you just gotta look at music, and music gets the most amount of judgment. Like you got 2 eyes and 2 ears. Everything else, like you judge by observation, right? You see a painting, you see the image, you're like, oh, that's nice. Like I could see what it says. With a song, like it's like extra fine tuning because it's your sound, and also like people hear your voice, like people hear what you're using. There's so much more that goes into music you don't realize. You're painting. And now I give respect to artists who just take like half a year to release a single, because it's like they're perfecting like a little movie. It's just compressed into like a 3-minute portion, and you hear it through your ears, like you're watching it through your ears, you know.
Oh
So
yeah.
I give respect to artists now for taking their time, and that's what I didn't do for like a few songs, but I don't care.
You getting
Growth.
better though. Yeah.
Actually, what I did want to share real quick is that it just reminded me, but you know, it's like I came from I was in Canada on a snowboarding trip. I won $1,300 Canadian on this like 3-day trip.
No shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. At the casino, I went like 5 times, and I was playing
Holy
blackjack.
shit.
And they also had a crazy rule, which is they pass. Do you play blackjack?
Yeah. I
Dude,
know.
they would you don't bust, the dealer wouldn't bust on a 22, they would push. But for that rule, they had a little like kind of like a counterbalance. I don't know why I'm making this so confusing. And you would actually have a free bet. So if you wanted to double down, you know what double down is?
Yes.
You would actually use a free bet. So you didn't, if you had $20 in, you wouldn't have to put another 20. You'd put a free bet, and you have a $40 bet. But whatever. I won $1,000 at Canada. I come back. Damn it! Where was I?
I don't know,
Was
man.
that
You
like
wanted
$400
that.
American dollars?
No. It was $1,000 American dollars. Oh yeah. Oh, this story I want to say quick. $1,000 American dollars. I come back. My dad takes my car. I have $1,000 that I just won at the casino. I'm like, how am I gonna spend this? How am I gonna take a girl out? How am I gonna go buy stuff for myself at the mall? Everything's like 20 miles away. Like, you're not gonna torture me like this. He's like, it's gone. He caught me smoking pot. Whatever.
God.
He caught my bowl. Whatever. Like my grinder. Oh, sheesh. Nothing I've never done in college. Like,
I know,
every
this
freaking
man's-
old person have done it in college. And he took my car, and so I was like, I'm done with this. I just won $1,000. Why don't I just buy a bike? I'm bigger than this guy, and I'm going to class too.
I'm about pounds of bud, dude.
And I'm like, well, I got caught for like having a lot of bud because, like it was just like my dad. My dad sees like a quarter and he's like, what the hell is that? Like, he goes nuts.
Yeah.
Took my car, so I bought a bike off Craigslist. This guy pulls up, and he goes, "You're buying this bike?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I'm kind of a tall guy. It ended up being a really small bike, but like.
Oh no!
Yeah, like,
how tall are you?
6'6", and then I bought a bike for like
This
someone
guy's
who's
huge.
5'11",
He's
5'10".
got a tiny bike.
Yeah. Regardless, he goes, "Why are you buying this bike anyways?" And I'm like, "What the?" I'm like,
Dad busted me for pot.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
need to tell him
exactly.
the
I'm
whole
like,
story.
well, I kind of did tell him the whole story, and I'm just like, yeah, can I just get this bike for the $80 cash already?
You told me a sob story.
God,
He's
I
like
love
6'6" man and a tiny bike.
It
That's
gave
a
me
bummer.
clutch.
But did you get around on that thing?
I just went to
Yeah.
class. I just went to class in that thing.
Oh Jesus
That's
Christ!
That's it. And so I buy this bike off this guy, give him the $80. He's like, you know what? I was like, yeah, I got my car stolen, ridiculous. And he goes like, you know what? You're starting at the bottom. He's like, you bought a bike. And I'm like, what are you talking about, old guy?
Old guy.
And he's like, you bought a bike. So you're looking forward to a new car now. You're looking forward to a new bike, So you're going to buy a new bike now. And then once you earn enough, you're going to buy a new car. And then once you buy a new car, you're going to look forward to a luxury car. And so like he like created this image that like I started at the bottom. I just bought a bike and that's an accomplishment, So like growth is what matters here. And then it like, not to jump forward a little bit, but like some like people who are really rich or born into wealth, they don't know what the top is because they weren't born at the bottom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like that kind of idea. If I just always had a car, I wouldn't value the idea of growth, So I bought this, and then I rode this bike for a freaking month, dude. So like
A
20
freaking
degree,
month.
like February, bro, and it's too tiny
Oh
for me too.
Jesus!
And I'm worried
That's
about this
cold.
thing getting stolen. Like it's like, and I realized like the guy had a point. Like I bought a bike and I was happy that I came back from Canada with all this money. I was like, I could just hit this guy on Craigslist, buy a bike, and I bought it. Fixed up the chain a little bit, fixed up the bike, but he made me look forward to getting my car back. Like
Right,
so
gave you
much
the
more.
perspective
Yeah,
that you
appreciate
needed.
that.
And then I was way more grateful for my car, and then I was just way more grateful for other stuff. And when you realize that, it's like, damn, bro, it's like kind of you're lucky to either start at the top or the bottom because you're always gonna get a lesson from like the top or the bottom. You know what I mean? And people start at the top, and not just like I see the biggest kind of correlation I see is like very, very wealthy, like let's say kids, right? They're born at the top, they get everything served to them, whatever. Not always. And they just don't know how it feels like to build up to something. Because that's also
make
like,
it
that's
their
an endorphin
own
rush.
life.
That's not a bad thing. Like, I am fucking happy for you if you were born rich, like that's dope. Like I'm not hating at all. I'm just saying like, if you start at the bottom, you actually get like more of an endorphin rush because it's like true. Like they do psychological studies on like rats where like they'll hit the wrong button like 20 times before they get the right. And then when they get that food, there's a bigger like stimulus
Right.
kind of reward in your brain for working hard. That's dopamine. The longer you work hard for like a paycheck or the longer you work hard for like a good song, that's dopamine. So it kind of puts them at a different disadvantage of like working all the way up to create this like thing. And as musicians, this is where I'm tying it back. As musicians, like it's kind of good. Fuck it. Like if we post something that's shit, awesome, because we can just keep working up from there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to post the best and then like work down from there. Like so many artists have done that, and then it's like, oh boy, like where'd you go? You know, you're not on the billboards anymore. Like 2 years later, you know what I'm saying? So it's like nice. Sometimes like it's nice to start at the bottom and know that you're growing, or even at the top. Like you make a good song, you just want to supersede that, you know, and you work extra hard. So either way, you start at the bottom, you make a shit song or a good song, you're gonna find a way to like try to just beat that benchmark. That
was a
placed.
great story. I love that you just
no,
told that.
well said.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was great.
It's
Great life lesson story right there. Yeah.
It's true though. Like with like certain people, if they're born into like wealth or whatnot, they don't know how to make their own living. Not say make their own living, but make something of themselves. Like say that I did this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because they would just say everything's been given to them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like Gary V talks about this a lot. Did you follow Gary V?
Gary V? Who's Gary V?
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Oh, Vaynerchuk, big LinkedIn guy.
Yeah,
I think I might follow him on LinkedIn. I know that sounds
right,
weird.
he puts out a lot of great
LinkedIn.
YouTube content though. That's just like super motivational, and he talks about like that stuff, like because you know like that's a struggle of their own. It's like how do I make something of myself when everyone thinks that I was just like born into this, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
But everyone has their own like varying degrees of where they started, you know, and you just gotta embrace it and you know work. It's a beautiful thing to like see progress. You know, see where we could be going. Like, bro, you're gonna be fucking doing some crazy shit. This man just started this year, man, and he's making
trying my best.
crazy bangers. Like,
I'm just trying to think outside the box at all times. You know,
took me
Something
years
that's
to
just like-
find that sound in myself, dude. You know,
I appreciate
and
it. Seriously.
you're doing multiple things that are staying true to yourself. Like I love just the attitude and like sassiness on some of these songs. Dude. It's just like it's so Krystian with a K, bro. I love it, bro.
I appreciate it. I want to read a comment real quick from one of my friends. Sweet.
Phone
just died.
Do you remember what it was?
But one of my friends like hit me up, and he like never hit me up until I dropped Bitcoin last night. And like you're saying, you know, he was like, no one's gonna appreciate it, but like, bro, you're kind of finding your passion, so just like keep going. He's like, some people won't appreciate it just because it's pop punk and like people don't like always that music, but he's like, damn, that's a banger, and like keep going. That like motivates you, you know, like that motivates
That's great.
you. Even
Some
if that's once
kind
in a
of
while,
guy
you know?
you wouldn't think would say
Even
that.
like
maybe
615, like I fuck with that so hard, you know. And it's like I listen to that like once every 2 days at least. Like if I'm just it's popped on and I'm chilling in the car, like rolling whatever, you know. Like, oh yeah,
you just hear the
that's
burn.
it. Yeah, I love that fucking like. It's just such a good like song. It vibes well, and so like, and I feel like that's definitely like your growing kind of latest song, right?
That's the last song I put out. Yeah.
That's the very latest song.
Yeah, I'm putting out a new song tonight. You've already heard it, the song I'm putting out tonight.
Oh yeah.
If you want to go, then there's the door. There's the door.
There's the door.
Yeah, I'm dropping that song tonight.
Nice.
Let's go. What time?
So
Is it already?
by the
dropped?
time this is out, if you want to
They will
go,
know,
then
yes.
there's the door is out with my boy
Then
John
there's the-
Flavio, SoundCloud, YouTube. It's gonna be on that one of the more emo mixtape I'm working on,
Word.
which is titled "No Contact" is the name of the mixtape. Just kind of talking about how just like distancing myself
From everything.
pretty much like from girls, from my friends and my family, even like just feeling
Just do your own thing.
feeling like pretty disassociated from everything and just creating the life that I want. And just like, that can get really emotional, just feeling like lost at times and just like being alone. And you're just like, but in the end, like working through this shit, it has like brought some of the most beautiful like music I could have ever, moments and like people and just experiences, even though it's like, it's shit that you have to wait and work for, but those moments, like when they do happen, like
They hit. That dopamine
magical.
rush
Like
is
the next
ridiculous.
fucking show I do, bro, is gonna be fucking off the chain. Like we're
both gonna be there. We're both gonna be there.
I want you to perform
I
so
like that
bad.
name. I like that saying off the chain. You say that? I like that a lot. I've
like-
never heard that. That is fire.
I
Off
feel
the
like that's more of
chain?
like an early 2000s like saying.
Off
you
the
know?
chain. That's going to my next song. That is off the chain.
I think we know
I
what we're
love
making
that.
tonight, bro.
We're going
You're
off the chain
right.
tonight.
Off the chain. I love that. What? I've never heard that saying. That is so fucking
But you know what I
funny.
mean? Like, just fuck all like the last. Like, it's been so hard to perform because of COVID and shit. Like, I'm ready. Like,
Yeah.
to go crazy on stage. Like, I want to go wild. Like, When I say off the chain, like
I have a pitch for a song name too, by the way.
Let's hear
So
it,
he's got
Kyle.
Bitcoin, he's got OnlyFans, Omnicron.
Oh man.
no.
Or is that bad?
Omicron.
Do I ditch Omnicron to it? No, okay.
Sorry. I thought it was fun.
Is that the name of it? Is it Omicron or
Omnicron, yeah.
Omnicron.
I have no idea. Omicron.
They say all kinds of.
I have
I don't
no
watch the
fucking
news
live.
anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
The news isn't news if it's the same shit all over every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
That's,
that.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
We'll think of a better one.
I want to get into making music, so there's a few things I want to end on. Just like, what are your
Let me know.
goals moving forward? Like, where you want to be? Like, what do you want to be doing? If you could do fucking anything, what would you be doing?
If I could
And
do
how
anything, yeah.
yeah, and just like, and how are you gonna make that a reality? Like, what are your goals moving forward? I know, I could guess that you're probably gonna say just to keep improving, which.
Dude, that is a crazy question. Like,
You
just,
adjust
they're
for
so
that
like
question.
general. It's just like, damn, like, oh man, like, well, the reality is, actually, I wrote this quote like 2 days ago in my phone, but, if you work 9 to 5, you're basically average because most people work 9 to 5. If you're a student, you're average, but it's the efforts you make outside of these like occupations that everyone does
Like doing what you
that
gotta
makes
do.
you unique. You know, like you come home from your 9 to 5, you make music, boom, that already makes you different from all these people that just go home and then like just pop Netflix on.
Because you're doing
You know,
more than
because
what
you're
you have to
creating,
do.
you're creating after, because you know, like 9 to 5 is pretty average at that point. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like I have a part-time, kind of full-time, because it's like so weirdly scheduled in the day.
the hour.
And so, what I'm going with that is that, can you remind me the question?
Just like goals, where you see yourself going.
Oh yeah. And so, I don't see myself. I like my current situation a lot. I private chauffeur. I actually just did a pickup on Thursday. It's so funny. I worked
Mimosas.
1 to 5. Yeah. I worked 1 to 5. Right. I'm a secretary at an adjusting firm, so you know I'm doing all the billing invoices, picking up the phone call. Hi, it's Krystian with a K at CCR. How can I help you?
Dude, is how you announce yourself with a K?
Well, not with the K, not there. Just to say that I had problems. But I actually do always introduce myself, Krystian with a K, to like anyone first time.
Nice.
Because it is Krystian with a K.
Yeah, you want them to know.
Yeah, and so that's what I do. Goals, like I don't know. I wanna just like make a steady income and be happy. And music is kind of like it pulls me away for a couple hours at a time, and that's when you know you're happy and you're like enjoying it. Is when you don't realize it, but like 3 hours go by, and you're just doing it.
Because you're in the zone, man.
Because you're in the zone. So my goals like is just keep releasing music, and like weekends I could just go out to bars and like play them if I get enough of a following. And like
Bro, you
I feel
go
like if I
crazy
keep
on stage.
working hard. Oh, I played one. Yeah, it was so much. I was the drummer. I didn't like sing because I've never made like sing.
Yeah.
Dude, I love being on stage. Like I played once and it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome, and it was pouring, and there was like 35 people watching us. And I was like, if there's 35 people in the pouring rain watching us, it was just my boy who's a bassist and me on the drums, playing some catchy ass tunes. Then I was like, what? Like, you know, anything's possible. You know,
Right.
anything's possible. Like people like live music, and it goes like
Nothing
when
better.
you're in the moment of live music, it's fire. So goals, just like do my thing in the moment, which is like work, like just gain that stack the cheddar on the side, a little bit of cheddar.
Well,
'cause
do what you gotta do.
That disappears during the weekend, but we won't talk about it. And just just enjoy my life and just have that passion of just creating music, not like getting on that video game that I want to get on, but like just like being like, let me just try to think of an idea, and try new like shit when I go into like my DAW, and I'm just like, let me try to make a drop sound different or something. That's always like that goes further than just like coming home from a 9 to 5 and just crashing, eating dinner and crashing.
I feel you,
just
man.
like just putting that like little extra effort of like trying to learn your skill.
Dude, especially because we've gotten closer, especially just talking about music, it motivates me. Especially, I'm spending a lot of time like alone in this house right now. My parents are like working, and I work at night. So usually it's like our hours just line up where I'm just home alone a lot. And it's hard to keep that motivation up. So whenever me and you are having conversations, and I'm writing these new songs, and I'm really feeling them, I get into recording the rough mixes and perfecting it, and I send it to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what does this sound like? It's just super inspiring to like.
That's why I send you
like
some
that.
stuff. Like, that's why I send you some stuff. I'll be like, yo, I vibe with my own stuff right now. Let me send it to him. Maybe this will like ring a bell in you, you know? Sometimes and then you send me stuff back and I'm like, oh man, I'll like 615. I actually was like, I really like the guitar in that and stuff. Like, that was just like a, yeah. Like, the guitar sounded so unique in that I was like, damn, like,
Yeah, my boy's playing.
it's
the guitar
slow
on that.
pop punky vibes. Like, it's not even that fast. It's just like chill and slow. So like even like listening to that, like you telling me like, oh, I just released this and I listened to it, I was like, dude, I kind of want to make like that same chord progression, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? So that motivated me. So it just like bounces back. That's important. That's why I send stuff. It's like that maybe it'll resonate something in your mind that like you want to create or you envision something just out of hearing this little snippet of my song or something. So that's also like what I have in mind when I send you something.
I love
You know what I
it.
mean?
So I guess
Yeah.
where I was trying to come from with that,
Sorry.
because it's like a lot's going on right now. I'm just trying to like process through it, like it all.
I talk
Goddamn,
fast. I know. I'm sorry.
fucking.
It's a bad
What I
habit.
was saying basically is like I've been working a lot, you know, just like with the hours doing what I gotta do. I gotta drive to Boston, to and from Boston. I'm working there, and then you know when I come back, I could either choose to, you know, watch Netflix and not do anything. But as of recently, I've been grinding, editing the podcast. We snuck in this episode. You know, I've been working on, you know, on all these new tunes that like that inspires me when we're having these conversations, you know,
I love that.
to be like relates to what you were just saying. Like you got to do what you got to do, but what counts is what are you doing more than what you have to do. And it's like I'm trying to make the most of each day, and I'm recording these tunes, and like it's just dope to have like someone that's like you, man, who's just
relating to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that.
and just the vibes
Appreciate
are
it a
always
lot.
high when wherever we're talking.
Yes,
man.
bro.
I love it.
Appreciate
it's good
that.
to see you.
Well, I guess, yeah.
My guy Kyle, you have any questions over here?
No, I mean, I love this guy already. I can tell he's a hustler. I love.
I talk too
He's a
much, I know.
chauffeur.
Mimosa drinker.
He drinks mimosas. No,
Mimosa.
I just want to hear more from both of you guys. We need you in the lab together, and
That's where we're gonna get.
you definitely.
Ooh, we lost
I know.
footage.
Yeah, I was gonna say we lost footage, but yeah, you guys definitely. I see the similar vibes, and I love it, dude. You guys are both killing it. I can tell.
Appreciate it, brother.
Bro.
My guy over
I
here.
just met Kyle today. This is lit.
That being said, before
I remember now, like I like have the
Vaguely.
vivid like of him in the cast, like just like because talking like you said you were there like midday or whatever.
Yeah.
before
I
we got
remember that.
started. That was an interesting day.
I remember just parking the Toyota Tacoma like right there.
Yeah, and
right
you're
in
like,
front
I'm not staying that long. You just
what,
came in
what
to
was
say
I
hi.
doing there? What was I doing there? Cause God damn it.
I think just saying what up, man.
No, I said what's up and I stayed a little bit, but there was a reason. I don't remember.
This was like
I'll
right
say.
after OnlyFans had come out too. I remember I was bumping it
Oh.
all the time,
You're right. Yeah, dude.
and I had to show you love.
Dude, that thing, like the lyrics are the best thing on that. Not even the beat, like the lyrics are just fire. But yeah. All right, cool.
All right,
That
before we ended up, man, like you just got such like positive, like just great vibes around you. Like, do you ever get like down on yourself? Like,
Dude, I do actually. Actually, sometimes like I do. I definitely do. It's mostly on my music actually because like I don't have the production power because I don't have the top industry DAW right now. But once I get that, I feel like I'll be able to. You know, it's like kind of hard to say, but sometimes my best ideas come when I'm not sober, and then sometimes my best like revision comes when I'm not sober. So I revise my like not sober thoughts the best when I'm not sober. When I'm sober. Sorry. So like
That totally
let's say-
makes sense.
like,
Even though like yeah, it was
I'm
complicated.
clapped,
It
yeah,
totally
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
yeah, I'm clapped. I make a beat. It's fire. But then I'm like, I snooze, and then like the next day I'm like, I'm clear-minded.
We gotta clean it
Wow,
up.
we can make this sound really good. yeah, and so yeah, like other than that, like I do get down on myself for like music, but what else do I get? Other than that, I don't really get down on myself. I mean, dude, I could talk about so much shit because this goes into like I eat healthy. I try to eat healthy, exercise once in a while. I do smoke a little bit, not a good habit, you know, drink a little bit, but you know, I offset that with like I fucking love the sauna at the gym.
Yeah,
The steam
it feels
room.
steaming it up, right?
Dude, you sweat out all that bullshit out of your body within like 5 minutes. So,
sweat out all the negative shit right out, man.
Oh, yeah.
Right out, bro. But I do that to like kind of always keep myself in check. And if I'm feeling down, I'll actually hit the gym to just use that.
Get
like,
out of your head.
yeah, kind of get out of my head. Like running water is the best water because it purifies itself. So moving water life is moving. So it's like at all times you should be moving. It's like if you have this stagnancy, it makes you think for a second. Sometimes it like slows you down if you would just stop in a spot. Like places like lakes are susceptible to like diseases and viruses and like bacteria because it's sitting water, but rivers like constantly purify themselves because they're moving. So moving water is like healthier for just like sitting water. And so the idea of like, if I'm feeling sad, let me try to like fight this somehow, let me go on a walk, let me go longboarding,
It's not going to help just sitting in it.
Yeah. And like sitting in that puddle that just like happened to emerge in your life.
I felt
that puddle of emotion,
There was a good like couple years of my life, especially in college, where like I really did not leave my room or my bed for a long time, and probably the best thing for me was just to get the fuck out of bed, stretch,
It's hard,
make
but
some food, like do something.
Yeah. And sometimes it like takes over you after a while if you let enough of it happen. Like, yeah, I've sat in my bed before for a couple hours and just be like, damn. Or like in the shower, bro. You sit down. You're being extra dramatic.
Yeah.
You're just like, you put your
just sitting there like
arms around your knees. Up. Yeah. You're like, the water's making your hair like fall over your forehead, like make you look really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that long hair, yeah.
Dude, honestly, it probably doesn't even look bad if it's like all wet because it's just so long at this point that it's like, how can it even look long? Like, dude, it's a fucking that's so long. That's fire that you grew it out that long. And it's thick too. It's thick too. It's mad thick. Damn.
God damn.
Respect, honestly. And you didn't even cut off the fucking dyed ends. Damn, that's actually impressive.
Thanks, bro.
Damn, you probably dyed that like a year ago, right? If it grew out like that.
Last time, yeah, pretty much.
Damn, jeez.
My natural hair is growing in.
So yeah, I mean, I don't try to get too down on myself, but it happens, bro. It happens to everyone, and I'm a pretty positive guy. I would say I'm a pretty positive guy.
The things that you're doing just to be starting off in music, bro, is absolutely astonishing. Like, you're gonna do great things. So like, don't ever get down on yourself.
Bro,
it's all in due time. Sometimes you just gotta step away from it and you come back to it when you're feeling it, man.
That's what I did these past days. So let's fucking go.
Damn, so we got about an hour and a half in. A shorter pod, but I think it's a good time to wrap it up.
Great pod.
And I feel like we didn't incorporate you too much over your couch.
No, it's okay. Dude, you guys are fucking going at it. It's okay. I don't need to be.
This loose cannon really.
It's good to just watch it in person.
Yeah.
Loose cannon from my mouth right here. This
the
fucking
loose
IPA.
Goose, bro.
The loose goose.
Off the chain, baby.
Dude,
I got some ideas running through my head right now.
Off the chain ideas right here.
All right, we appreciate you coming by, Krystian with a K.
I appreciate being here.
Thank you so much for coming.
Endless enjoyment. It was a pleasure.
Anything you gotta say?
Not really a lot. No, just I enjoyed it. Honestly, this is fire, and it's in a nice spot in Mass. Mass is always
your first
chill,
podcast.
Very chill. Oh, facts. My first podcast ever. I can say that.
There you go. You're not stagnant.
Bitcoin.
You're fucking trying new things right
new
there.
Things, yeah. And I guess check out my music. So that'd be dope.
Bitcoin out now.
Appreciate it. Bitcoin upside down I, so an exclamation point. But yeah.
Just look up Cali with the @
you'll
sign.
Find it. Yeah, exactly.
Cali, baby. We
appreciate it.
We appreciate you, man, coming by.
Vinny, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Episode 7 of the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. Thank you. Enjoy. Hey.